it going, everyone? Welcome to this week's Healthy Minute. Today I'm going to be joined with nutritionist Adrienne Ramio of One Bite Wellness. And today we're going to be talking about nutrition confusion, and specifically what you may or may not hear, unfortunately, in the media. Adrienne, how's it going today, and what do you want to get across to these people today? What are some helpful tips to help clear this confusion up?
I'm doing well, thank you. What we usually see, and maybe you can give an example of what you've seen recently in the news, but we see a lot of different contradictory stories, essentially. Eggs are good for you, eggs are bad for you, coffee's good for you, coffee's terrible for you, and so on and so forth, which really keeps the public, I feel, really confused. Have you seen anything recently that you've noticed that would kind of be along those lines?
I hear. Well, I mean, the most recent one that was like kind of big was like the whole rice thing. Like that was about a year ago. I'm not very current on this stuff. There's like a thing with peanuts that I heard not too long ago.
Yeah,
As far as peanuts
supplements.
and liver and something with your liver or something. I don't know. I mean, but yeah, ultimately, what should people be believing and what should they not be believing? Because they want to look at those sources as being trustworthy.
Well, that's where the whole concept of bio-individuality really fits in. For some people, they really thrive on coffee. And for others, they get a racing heart and they can't fall asleep at night, even if they've had the coffee around 11, in the morning. So it even comes into proteins. For some people, gluten is not your friend, but for others, it's perfectly fine. But what we hear a lot of is everybody should be doing this or nobody should be doing this, and it's not very customized, essentially. And so what I try to do is to get people to realize that because of their ancestry, because of their individual bodies and their food sensitivities and their genetics, all of that's going to play into how well they process certain foods and which foods give them energy and which ones rob them of energy.
So the most important thing is that what you would recommend then is that don't take a one-size-fits-all approach. Obviously, it's going to take a little more nuance to the whole situation of figuring out what actually might be good and not good for you, and just not kind of a blanket approach. What are some tips you can maybe give real quickly here for them to maybe identify some or some resources that they could kind of look to on their own?
I think it's important to try to find somebody to work with who's going to help you identify, not just with your food diary being a source of what did you eat and how much and how many calories, but really looking at each individual food and seeing, did it give you a stomach ache, did it give you heartburn, did you have way more energy before or after eating the food? And then also what I would start looking into is genetic testing or food sensitivity testing so that you can get a customized report of, oh wow, I didn't know that I was intolerant to them, and maybe not allergic, but you can still have intolerance to seemingly very healthy foods. So I would start doing a little bit of research into those methods first.
It's a pretty good tip. And if somebody wanted to contact you to have them help you with something like that a little bit more, what would be some best ways for them to reach out to you and maybe work with you?
They can find me on onebitewellness.com. That's my website. Or they can send an email to onebitewellness@gmail.com.
Fantastic. All right, well, Adrienne, hey, thanks for stopping by the Healthy Minute today, and we're going to come back next week, and we're going to be talking about nutrition confusion still, but we're going to focus it on the grocery store, the supermarket, and help you understand why it's so confusing to find those healthy foods that they may or may not want to hide from you. So come back for that. It's a little two-part series here on this topic, and we will see you next time.